Welcome back to our Rocket SEO YouTube channel. Are you planning of relocating and moving to a stunning place like this, which by the way we are in Rovinj, Croatia, establishing yourself as a freelancer, doing your work from here, traveling around Europe, eating Mediterranean food every day? Well, not so fast. There are 4 key things you should know about, and we will see all about it in today's video. Let's dive in. Number 1. Securing your residence. This is the most important step. And as you know, what you'll have to do is go to the police station, get some paperwork, submit it, and then wait. Essentially, these are the things that you think in your head, but might not be just the case. So make sure you have plenty of time, a lot of patience, and then trust the process, as they say. If you can get this one done, you'll be one step forward to your process of opening your company in Croatia. One key tip from me. When you go to the police station, show up mid-morning. Because trust me, if you go early in the morning, there will be so many people, it will drive you crazy. So show up around 10:30, get there, do what you have to do, maybe step in front of some people, they do that all the time. Then get the paperwork, submit it, and then ask, hey, when can I expect an answer back? And then see how things go. You have to follow up, and then make sure, you stay up on the process. But hey, it worked for us, so it can work for you as well. Number 2, finding an accountant. This, in my opinion, is the most crucial step because the accountant, is that partner that is there with you when you have challenges or when something doesn't work or when the tax office will ask you questions and you don't know because it's all in Croatian. So finding a great accountant is super, super key. For me, the problem was I couldn't find a good one from the beginning because I was just doing it myself and I didn't have anybody advising me. So the tip for you will be try to find someone you trust that already has some connections with Croatia, and then he can give you recommendations. For example, if you want to open in Istria, I can definitely recommend my accountant, which is called the Legovic Accounting. They're excellent, very efficient, answering to the email, they call you back, and essentially they get things done, as you would expect. But I was in connection with 2 other accountants prior to that, and they were not as good. They were actually, not following up. Also, they were asking money for things which, in my opinion, were not necessary, etc., etc. And plus, they were very negative with, hey, I want to open, can I do it? I have a consulting business. They were really discouraging me. So this is super, super important. Definitely. They will help you navigate in Croatia's favorable tax system, especially if you can apply to the flat tax system. So ask for recommendations, and if you are in Istria, check out my account. Step number 3, opening a bank account. This one, I think is also an interesting one, guys, because what I noticed is that they were a bit discriminating for me in a way, because when I went to the first bank, I tried to submit all the paperwork, they didn't really open the bank account for me. And this was with Erste Bank, which is also a bank with a Austrian head office. And I gave all the paperwork, everything is in order. I'm from Italy originally, so yeah, effectively they said no and no reason. I asked why is that, they said the head office in Zagreb said no, full stop. Then I went to another bank because they said, hey, you can still apply to another bank, of course. And then I went to Raiffeisen Bank, which is my current bank, which I currently recommend. They're not perfect, but they're quite good overall. And when I submit all the paperwork, I provided one more document, something to do with the house, and then things worked. The funny thing is, the lady of the bank one morning called me and she said, hey, Mr. Linare, you know what happened? And I went, no. And she said, well, we managed to open your account, it was approved. And I went, oh, well, that's good, but yeah. But the thing is, she said, we open only to 1% of the requests. This is why it can be so tricky, guys. But make sure you have all the paperwork needed, everything in order, don't do funny stuff, because for many, many years, they've been used to people bringing money, essentially, for doing money laundering in Croatia a lot. So if you want to open here, you need to have everything up and running properly, correctly. So because they will really check. But up to now, I use them, and again, some features, maybe they're not as advanced as you might find in other countries. But overall, they try to do a good work, and I have a great contact from one of their officers in Austria, which I will share down below. His name is George. So that's that when it comes to opening a bank account. Number 4, Challenges in applying for remote roles. So you can have essentially two situations when it comes to your work. On the one hand, you can have your clients already, existing clients. You come here, open activities, set things up in motion, then you work continuously as you were doing prior in another country and everything is good. Or you're thinking, hey, I will open here and then I'm trying to find more work from here. I must tell you, this can be quite tricky because I've heard so many times, hey, we cannot accept your location from Croatia and because we don't have an entity there, so we cannot hire you, and etc, etc. So if you do have your existing network, connections, etc, it's wonderful. You can do your invoices from here. And by the way, if you work in another country, you can do a 0% VAT invoice with Europe, other countries outside of Croatia, which is also very favorable. But oftentimes companies prefer hiring from countries where they have an entity, and that's never the case for Croatia. So that's really, really tricky, I would say. And for me, it happened that I applied even for other roles where I wanted to contribute in a more meaningful capacity or on more in a full-time basis, and I was basically I was pushed back for these very reasons, because they said, hey, we cannot hire you because you're based in Croatia, not because of my skill set, but because of my location, which is just nonsense. And this I've heard a lot, especially from the UK. But this is part of the game. You need to know what you're going into. But the flip side is that you have a great lifestyle, beautiful weather, low taxes, fast internet, and it can be also good in many, many, many ways. But keep in mind, if you're applying for remote roles, many companies will see your location as an issue. And now the bonus stuff. So there's one more negative I have to share, and that is that on Sundays everything is closed. Everything looks like this. This is especially in the winter time and especially in Istria. So elsewhere might be different, especially around Zagreb. Some shops might be open. But in general, things are closed. So if you need something, you cannot have it in Sunday, full stop. Or you can still take a car, go to Italy, and then you'll find it there, drive an hour, that's no problem. Everything is open in Trieste and the surrounding areas. If you're in Istria, no big deal. So you can still buy stuff, but just not here. And now, 3 great things about Croatia. Safety. Yeah, it is super safe. Effectively here you can leave your car open with the key on all night, nothing will happen. Or even you can leave your house open and nothing absolutely will happen. And I've done it, I think once or twice. Actually, we have to remind this to ourselves when we go in other countries that, hey, I cannot do the same, so we're not in Croatia. So it's super safe also for a woman, and that I think is very, very good to hear with these times. Number 2, sunsets, and in general the coast. The coast is absolutely beautiful, blue, crystal clear waters, and definitely a paradise, especially if you're into nature. They have the Plitvice lakes and a few other natural places. I think there's, I don't know how many natural parks here, or UNESCO even heritage sites. Definitely a great place for the outdoors. Though keep in mind that it can get very busy in the summer. So if you can visit here, just for visiting sake, or going to places during the shoulder seasons are definitely the best times to visit. Then another one for me, very important, is proximity to other European countries, and especially Italy. So we do have family there, so we can very easily go to Italy when we need something, or even for buying stuff, which is great, because sometimes here costs are high for buying things, so we end up going to Italy because it's still the same euro, etc. So that's definitely a plus for me. In 1 or 2 hours you can be in Austria, in 1 hour you can be in Slovenia, you can go to Germany in a few hours, you can be in beautiful Bavaria in 6 hours. So the location is great. That means though you need to still travel, go in the car and put yourself out there and drive. But this is definitely a great one for me. So I do hope you found this video helpful. I know there are some challenges for living here, but if you like the country, you want to be based here and having your business here, this is, I think, what you need to put yourself into, and things you need to be aware of. I'll be happy to help anybody that wants to move in Croatia, especially around the Istria area. So like and subscribe, drop me a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye bye. Me and Rocky will be really happy if you could give us a like and subscribe. Please hit the bell and see you in the next video. Bye!